If you are interested in obtaining a residency somewhere in the beautiful Caribbean, maybe Cayman Islands might be the perfect option for you. Hi, my name is Sadifa, and I've been working here at Nomad Capitalist for about 5 years now, helping people put together a strategy that takes them to where they are treated the best. So if you want to learn more about particularly Cayman Island residency today, keep watching. And if you find this information useful, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, Cayman Islands, obviously, it's a very beautiful destination, and a lot of people would love to relocate there. You do have a few options when it comes to obtaining residency in the Cayman Islands. One is if you form a company, that could lead to residency. And then you have the opportunity to also invest in real estate, although the minimum threshold is a bit high. So you need to invest about $1.2 million in real estate if you want to qualify for residency. Although, if you want that residency to lead to a passport, now the investment doubles and it's $2.4 million. So those are the three options that you can take in order to claim residency in the Cayman Islands. So through the real estate route, if you go for the $1.2 million real estate investment, keep in mind that there is a 30-day per year minimum physical presence. So you need to spend about 30 days per year in the Cayman Islands. Although this is a very long residency. So essentially, once you qualify for it and once it is issued, it will be valid for about 25 years. So you will be set to go for the next 25 years to actually enjoy the Cayman Islands. Although it's tricky because with this particular residency, it does not allow you to work in the Cayman Islands, and also you cannot apply through citizenship by naturalization. So it is strictly a residency permit without the chance to qualify for citizenship in the future. The $2.4 million actually does lead to a passport. So with this, you will get a British Overseas Territory passport, which is very convenient if you are looking into diversifying that way. With this particular route, you can also work in the Cayman Islands, and you will need to spend less time there, so about 1 day per year. So it is more convenient if you want to subsequently get a citizenship, but also if you want to spend less time in the country and just maintain that diversification of having another residency permit without actually having to spend a lot of time there. Now, as I've mentioned, there is another route, which is through company formation. So if you form a company and actually employ yourself, like give yourself a work permit, you will be able to get that residency in the Cayman Islands through the work permit. Now, usually setting up a company can take about 5 weeks in the Cayman Islands. So it's not the smoothest and quickest program ever or process ever. But yeah, it usually takes about 5 weeks. Keep in mind that that 5-week timeline is just for the incorporation. So before that, you would need to probably spend quite a bit of time collecting the documents and putting essentially the application together. The good thing is that you do not have to be physically present there, so you can do all of this remotely. So firstly, you incorporate the company, then you apply for a license for that company, and then you essentially will employ yourself and give yourself a work permit, which will enable you, obviously, to have that residency in the Cayman Islands. Keep in mind that if you employ yourself, so if you have a work permit, you need to pay pension and healthcare. So that is really important to keep in mind. Obviously, it is a very good program, but you might be wondering, okay, what are the advantages for a relatively expensive residency? Well, firstly, the real estate, if you go for the real estate route, it doesn't have to be government approved. So it can be on an open market, which is contrary to some other programs where there's only a limited selection of properties that are approved by the government, and you can only invest in those. This is not the case for the Cayman Islands residency. If you decide to proceed with the real estate route, you can go in the open market and see whatever you like and purchase the property that way. Apart from that, the Cayman British Overseas Territory passport is actually quite a good passport. You can go, if you meet certain conditions, but you can go to the US without a visa, which is very convenient for a lot of people who want to maintain visa-free access to the US. Obviously, the biggest draw is probably the tax system. Now, if you get the residency in the Cayman Islands and you actually end up living there, the Cayman Islands is one of the last surviving jurisdictions that are zero tax. So you can actually lead a quite tax favorable lifestyle if you relocate to the Cayman Islands. But obviously, besides these points, I think the biggest draw would be just the weather. If you really enjoy warm weather, very beautiful beaches, this is the right destination for you. The advantages are very important, but I think it's also important to be aware of some of the disadvantages, which is usually, obviously, real estate is very expensive. So you should keep that in mind. I mean, hence the minimum threshold being so high. You should keep that in mind that the real estate is very expensive, but also on top of that, the cost of living in the Cayman Islands is relatively higher. I mean, it's not really that cheap. And another thing that you should keep in mind is that the Cayman Islands is on the line and is more prone to hurricanes. So when it's hurricane season, you should be careful. I really hope you found that information useful. And if you did, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. And if you have any programs that you are interested in finding more information about, please don't forget to leave them in the comments down below so we can keep them in mind. So thank you for watching.